Some of the diseases associated with inflammation, and this list is growing all the time. 8 years ago, when New Chapter first released a product called Zyflamend, there was only 4 types of cancer that were directly linked to inflammation in the body and fueled by inflammation. Now there's over 12. So we know that there's a significant correlation between inflammatory enzymes and cancer growth in the body. But also we have a healthy inflammation response, which our body does naturally. Lung health, cardiovascular health, brain health, joint health, healthy aging, bone health, and heart health are all directly related to keeping inflammation at bay in your body. So Zyflamend, this particular product right here, is the #1 selling herbal formula in the entire natural foods industry. The reason that it's the #1 selling formula is because it works. We use a solvent-free extraction process to actually deliver herbs in a very, very high concentration. So some of those potencies can be as high as like a 250 to 1 or a 320 pounds of raw material to make 1 pound of supercritical extract. Most of what you will see in other herbal formulas is maximum usually a 10 to 1 or a 20 to 1. So the concentration of this formula without using any solvents, any heat, any oxygen is profound. So some of the multi-health benefits that you get a healthy aging response when you reduce inflammation, cardiovascular health, bone health, and joint health. So Zyflamend contains 10 different herbs that have been traditionally used to promote a healthy inflammation response in the body. It has 78 in those 10 herbs. There's 78 different bioactives that work to reduce and promote a healthy inflammation response. And the herbs used in Zyflamend are synergistic to one another. So often when you combine herbs together, they're actually stronger than when you take them individually. We know that if you combine, there's clinical data to support, if you combine green tea and turmeric together, they're 8 times as powerful than if you were to take either one of them by themselves. And Paul Schulich is the founder of New Chapter. We've been around for 26 years. And we use the supercritical solvent-free extraction, which is super pure, super potent, broad spectrum, and it's the whole herb. We believe that the whole is better than the sum of its parts. So we don't isolate things out of our herbal formulas. We leave the herb in its entire biochemical makeup and we concentrate it really intensely. So Zyflamend, we hear a lot about resveratrol, was on 60 Minutes. The new show that's out there called The Doctors did a whole thing on resveratrol. Zyflamend has an herb in it called hujang that is nature's richest source of naturally occurring resveratrol. So every single dose of Zyflamend delivers 6 glasses of red wine. Now, I'm not saying you can't have your red wine too, because you absolutely can have your glass of red wine if you like to do that, but you're getting 6 of them, the antioxidant value of 6 glasses of red wine in here. Also, Zyflamend contains all the proteolytic enzymes you need. There's a lot of other products on the market that are enzyme products that are geared towards inflammation. They only modulate one pathway for inflammation in the body. Zyflamend is more multitasking. Remember that freeway that we talked about? It works on all of those pathways to modulate a healthy inflammation response. So Zyflamend for healthy aging. So these are just a few things that have been written by different research institutes around the country. My favorite one is the one at the bottom that says the key to successful aging and longevity is to decrease chronic inflammation without compromising an acute response when exposed to pathogens. So what that means is when our bodies are exposed to something, we want a certain amount of inflammation to take place because it protects our healthy cells. But keeping it at bay, keeping chronic inflammation at bay, keeps us from being a candidate for some of the more chronic conditions. So this one was done by Dr. Robert Newman at the top. Said it's been said that the day one stops fighting inflammation is the day that you start accelerating the aging process. Interestingly enough too, when you look at Zyflamend as a formula, A lot of the herbs that have been traditionally used for thousands of years for longevity are in this formula. And oddly enough, they're also anti-inflammatory, and they're great antioxidants as well. So Zyflamend for joint health,